last month was a big character comeback win, but to beat this team playing LA Kings hockey, is that important to you and to the group?
To beat any team, but I thought tonight we played pretty much the game that allows us to have success. Penalty kill got a little too much of a workout, but it did a really good job against the power play. That's one of the top ones on the road, and we were able to find a way to score on a very good goaltender. So our team play as a whole was where it needed to be.
Day games are tricky.
Sorry?
Day games are tricky. But we talked yesterday about wanting to get that engine fired back up. Did you see that right from the get-go? How'd you feel?
I think for the most part we did, yeah. We were on our toes, we were aggressive, winning some races to the puck. And the impressive thing is we didn't try and extend it out and stay too long. We handed off a good shift. And when our team's playing well, we can stay ahead and do that. Scored first always favors us, but then the penalty kill had to go to work, and that's where they got a little bit of life. Maybe didn't score, but they got back into it energy-wise at that point.
Todd, you're not just playing well. This is historic stuff. Like you tied the franchise record for points in consecutive games. If you win tomorrow, it's probably one of the best homestands in franchise history. What meaning does that have to you?
Not a lot, to tell you the truth. You're running off records that I don't know when that's from. Was it from the Stanley Cup years?
The last time it was, yeah.
Well, last time it was. So this is our group. This is what we play for. All the records and from years past, it really doesn't matter. And I know that, again, you guys have to write your story and tell everybody about what's going on around the team, but our guys really don't care about that stuff. They want to keep playing well. And I'm not just saying this because I'm the coach standing up here. They want to do things the right way. You can hear them talk about it between periods before the game. Never once do they talk about, hey, let's keep this record going or let's set that record. It just doesn't show up.
Is that the most striking thing about the progress in this group?
I think our progress is just a reflection of what's always been there. That type of play, or the play that we've been playing with lately, was in us earlier in the year, but we just didn't quite want to grasp it. We wanted to try it a different way. Sometimes it takes a while to figure it out, but right now we've figured it out to this point, and it's going to get a lot tougher going forward.
Is chasing Vegas down fuel for this group?
Is chasing Vegas
down, is it added fuel for this group?
I couldn't even answer that question. Again, we'll play tomorrow, and I don't think there's a lot of guys in there moving the point things around up and down or anything like that. I would tell you if I felt that. I just don't think it works that way with this group, and it's probably a good thing.
Todd, losing a player for a period and some change is always going to be difficult. Is it more difficult with a center knowing you're going to have to really lean on the other three guys to pick up the slack?
Yeah, we talked about that. Losing Lizzo is hard to begin with because he energizes our team. He does a lot of really good things. I thought he energized our penalty kill tonight. Everybody wanted to kill for him. We talked about dismantling some of the lines. Obviously, Quentin can play in the middle. Gabe can play in the middle. Morsey's played in the middle. But we also wanted to run Coop a little bit more, get his minutes up to see if he could handle it. He did a really good job. So we juggled around a little bit and got through it.
You've talked in the past about how injuries or suspensions or opportunities for other players to kind of take advantage of ice time. Is this going to be an opportunity for Kupari to potentially prove he can be that 3C?
I don't know if we're going to even need that. You're asking me to answer the question with a lot of assumption, and I'm not prepared to do that.
Drew's got 4 goals in his last 5. Is there anything different he's doing offensively, or is it just the things he was doing are now resulting in the puck going in?
I think he's shooting it. He's hitting the net more. He's shooting it. Interestingly enough, like his shots, normally you'd think of Drew scoring with that big slapper, and they're quick wristers, quick snappers, foot off the ice, through traffic, hitting the net and making the goaltender work, and it's going in for him right now.
I know you've said what you said, obviously, about streaks and whatnot whatsoever, but allowing 2 or fewer goals in every game during this, how much of a point of pride is that part?
That is something that we can hang our hats on and that we're pleased about. And again, I don't go in and trumpet it in the locker room, but take a lot of pride in that. And, you know, we feel like we gotta protect the goaltenders and help them out in the D and the forwards, and a lot goes into that, shot blocking, face-off coverages, breakouts, shift length, you can go on and on, goes into defending. And that we will acknowledge, and that we'll keep preaching for sure.
You might have just answered that right there, but you're obviously focused, you're a playoff team. You're working on so many things in concert right now, but what is, amidst everything, if there is one aspect of the team's game that you are looking at, focused on, honed in on in advance of the playoffs, perhaps?
The team play. Our game all goes together. So it's all connected. Each of the 3 zones is connected, and if we're playing well, that's the team game, and something has to happen here so that something can happen there, so that something can happen in the next zone. So I can't tell you it's just this or that or whatever. It's all connected, and if you've watched us practice lately, our practices are, there's a lot of stuff going on because the pieces are all like dominoes. They all go together.
You talked a bit about Drew's jump in production, but how much of this is him sensing the moment now? I mean, he's talked about this too. I mean, you probably seen it now across 4 seasons. When he first got here, the team was less competitive. He was a different player a little bit than he is now, right?
Yeah, he's, I think they all are though. I think Kopi and Drew and even the guys, Kempe, I follow, they've been here for a long time now. They are excited about how we're playing. They're not necessarily excited about wins and streaks, but they're excited about how we're playing. And, you know, the leadership group, the players that have been here for a while, they asked a while ago, we need, you know, can we add some players? Can we add some trusting players? And Blakey and his group listened, and now it's on us. It's on the coaches, it's on the players that wanted those things. And I think they have to make good on it, and that's why they're playing the way they're playing.
When you have a player who has a match penalty, like what are the logistics from the league? When do you expect to have that phone call? You just get a sense of-
Blakey will have all of that, so whenever Rob calls me, you know, sometimes they don't, you know, I don't know, was it a match or was it a high stick? Or,
Vanessa is a match.
It was a match, okay, so they'll review it, and we play tomorrow, so we'll know fairly soon.
When Fiala and Durzi are back, you're gonna have difficult decisions to make on a lot of
We
them.
have them already. We've been talking
Is that
about.
something you relish? Is that a good thing?
No, I wish we could play 5 lines and everybody gets in, but we're looking young men in the eyes that their careers are on the line and they want to play every night, and sometimes we have to tell them, you're coming out, but you're playing really well. That's the most difficult thing to do. The hard thing to do, or the easy thing to do, pardon me, is, hey, you know what, get your crap together because you're not doing these things, watch a game. It's not fun, no one likes to do it, but it's way easier because you have a case built in front of you. Tomorrow, if we make changes, it's gonna be hard to build a case. Sometimes it's just somebody else is getting a turn. Good night.